have an agreement that has a startup capital loan for Grizzly Peak. The startup capital loan was supposed to be issued out in 3 payments, and that hasn't happened. We get little here, little there. We're having to call vendors, tell them we can't pay this day because they haven't got the money. I think what happened, ain't no think, but they won't say it. What happened was they had a bunch of investors. When they met us black folk, they pulled their funding. I met them investors. They were not expecting to see 2 African Americans. Their eyes were just like, oh. Even the people that claim they're not racist and, oh, I'm about the equity, they all think we're the same. Definitely time for some breakfast. See, this is breakfast. I haven't had any breakfast today. So when parked, I need breakfast. Dealing with these motherfuckers. But yep, a day in the life of a black dispensary owner.
I've seen some excellent deals come out of the equity program for some people. Very excellent. And I've seen some people get taken advantage of.
We got to take that equity and really capitalize on it.
It's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity.
We should not let people that, I hate to say this, but don't look like us, take everything from us and make us work for them. We should not have to do that.
I don't need to work under nobody. I have my own company. I'm the founder and CEO of my own company.
How do you make all this shit come together when you got people that won't even play ball the way that the program is designed?
Don't think that you footing some sort of welfare program. You just paying the cost of doing business in Oakland right now.
Exactly.
And that's all it is. We're in a society of white supremacy. Even in this industry, that white supremacy is real, it's here. It's here. And it's funny because I'm not necessarily saying that people are racist. I really honestly believe that they're conditioned that way. We have a disadvantage because of the way we're all conditioned. This is America. This is what it is.
I see us pay lots of money in taxes, and I don't see the equity program receiving any money. You know, when you sponsor a child in Africa, that's fine, but it's like, I want to see the child getting fed and like see it actually happen. So we have this program where we help equity applicants, but I'm not necessarily seeing them getting the resources that we're buying into.
I contacted my lawyer. We arranged a meeting with Greg Minor. I asked Greg to move forward on revoking my general applicant's priority licensing status. The city needs to hold them accountable for not providing my incubator space, for not fulfilling their obligations. It's just that simple. In hindsight, I realized when they signed the contract, they were never going to be able to give me what they promised, and I just been played.
They're just using these equity people to get ahead in the permitting process. I don't think that was the intent of the equity program.
I can't put my hopes and dreams on somebody's word, because if they disappoint me, I'm screwed. So I can't keep doing this.
The point of the matter here is it wasn't just a word. They signed a contract. You could take legal action against them in a civil court of law.
The people who are aggressive, smart, and could pitch and tell a good story and find the resources, they will be successful whether Caucasians are helping them or not. The people who take this in a contentious, lawyer-based approach, choosing to throw allegations about the people who are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to help you, I don't see it working, and I don't see them having a firm grasp on reality or how to run a successful business.
Gotta pick up the pieces, man. Gotta pick up the pieces.
It's like going on 8 months now. 8 months to put all this stuff together. I'm ready for everything to be up and going, eager. Have a heart, wants to come to California and do great things. They're not trying to take advantage, not with me and nobody else. And we're gonna prove that. I'm trying to have a certain type of lifestyle. A certain type of lifestyle that I wanna live for the rest of my life. The way that I've been living up and down all my life is not a good life. I never had my own office. This is a real big office right here. It's real big in here. My son wants to start as being a bud tender and work himself up. As he graduates to different levels, I can be talking to him and schooling him about the business and where he should be, things like that. I wasn't fortunate when I was young. I felt lost for a long time. But just to have a father, because you know your father gonna get you in if you're doing right.
They called me the knockout artist. Down in West Oakland, you had to know how to fight. If you didn't, you got your ass whooped every day.
Back in those days, in this era, fighting was the thing. My era, it was some fighting, but it was more shooting. I've been shot in the head, and the bullet came out through my neck. The impact from the bullet had caused me to have an aneurysm, but that didn't stop me for selling drugs, though.
He was raised by his mom. I wasn't there in the house. I always wonder how things would have been if I was there raising him, you know, myself in the house with his mother and stuff. But unfortunately, like I say, things happen. I think like that, how would he have been if I'd have been around him all the time?
Hey, Pops. Say first, Pops.
This is unique, my son. I think he'll do pretty good in the bud tender department. He may learn more than he even think he is. And so they'll take him to a different level.
Are you gonna have all this other stuff they got? Your auntie waiting on you to open up.
They're gonna have everything. CBD oils and the tinctures and the bombs.
Well, I think you're gonna make it if they ever let you open up. I hope so I can come over and dump the waste baskets and get a dime or two. Don't forget that experience is the best teacher.
Today is our big harvest. The break-in, it's a setback. Fortunately, they didn't wreck my equipment. My main concern is like, okay, you can steal a flower, but don't fuck with my equipment. For the most part, we're still intact. Let's get a couple bullet points together. Date, we already have that, which is?
March 30th.
The venue, what's the name of that venue? This is my daughter. We are working on the Black Girls March. It's kind of a social justice event. So if you can get all of this stuff typed out and details, put it in there. I'll get it over to Darrell. What is it that I want you guys to do most?
Build an economy.
Build an economy. Because that's what I'm learning, you know, that using cannabis as a means of bringing economic equality to our districts. It's like, hey, it's most definitely, it's not a hustle anymore. It's a structured, it's a business thing. So, kind of going corporate with the movement is where it's at. How's algebra going for you?
Mm-hmm. I've watched my dad start years ago. Every time he comes home, it's like, look, we did it, we did it, we did it. He just keeps on. Seems like it's pretty cool. And then I start to see things like on the media about it. I'm like, wow, that's my dad, He's here, he's doing all he can. Every time he sees something that I want, that I need, he will get it. Pretty great father.
I tried to push her to play softball. I tried to push her to do jujitsu, guns. Like, hey, know your guns. That's one of the things I'm big on defense. So, hey, know how to clean out the gun, know how to break it down, she's not too interested in that.
Clear.
If there's a time that I can't be there to protect her, she needs to know how to protect herself. Some folks, they're more likely to harass her, especially when she's wearing her hijab or her scarf. At some point, I have to think defense. I have to think defense of my family, my household, and my community. You know the functionings. If you don't know the functionings of this one by now, we've had this for years.
Scare me.
We gotta teach our own to protect themselves, and they need to be willing to protect themselves. It's our reality as Black people in America. We're on a hunted list. we're prey around here, and especially Black women.